Hello and welcome to the realm of Midgard. I'm Mountain and this is episode 17 from our realm. Wow, we're coming along pretty well so far with this season. I'm really happy with how it's coming out, and we've done so much. Like last episode we took on the Nether Fortress, found ourselves some blaze spawners, some nether warts and all that sort of stuff. So Attica also unfortunately perished, but other than that it was a good little adventure. Alright, but between episodes I've been, a little bit busy here. I've, as you can sort of see, finished off the storage system here in the automatic sorting sections of it all. So we swing over, you can see now that all of our iron is being sorted. Some of it's coming in now. We've got gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, dust, glass bottles, and so on with all of our collections. Now, as you can see here, we've got two sections for each item, and that's because Bedrock sort of has a little bit of a bug or a glitch where the hoppers won't quite pick up what they need, and so a second hopper there just sort of makes sure that it gets picked up and sorted into the right section. So we come up here, I can show you how everything's being filtered in. So if you go over here, we can see, we'll jump out of it first. We have our item we want filtered into this section, and then some filler blocks which will never get put in there, which won't give up too much of a redstone signal to power what we don't want powered. And it's just repeated the whole way along. Now, we've got ourselves a little bit of a water elevator, shoots up all the items up to there, and all these water paths. You can see a few of them coming up in and out. But then to get the items over there, we've set up the exact same system which we had over at the chicken cooker to trigger when the dispenser's got something in it. Sends out a signal which goes over to power this piston, pushing it into another observer, which sets off a little clock which pulses at this block, powering again the dispenser to shoot up its items, and off they go. But that's not all we've been doing. Attica had another live stream, and if you'd like to go and check out his live streams, I've added the link to his Twitch account there, so do go and check it out. I'm usually hanging out with him in there, and so is Mr. Proranger, so yeah. But we had another netherite mining, or ancient debris mining competition again, and I'm 2 for 2 with him. But it was pretty good. Attica donated all of his ancient debris that he found to me, so that we can try and get myself geared up a bit more for when we finally do that dragon fight. Let me replace this torch and get to a bit more headroom. Oh. But not only did we find some ancient debris, we also, while working out here, came across, we didn't come across, it became a giant thunderstorm. And I remembered that I had a channeling trident back at the spawn town. So I went out and took my luck with some charged creepers to try and get some mob heads to drop. And I think we were quite successful. So while I quickly prepare what we're going to do for today's episode, I'm just going to show you those little clips of finding up that ancient debris with Attica and collecting some mob heads. Enjoy. Alright, enough mining and explosions, let's now get into what we're going to do today. So, for today, I had planned to build the brewing hut for the spawn village, but kind of during Athika's live stream, he found a new love for brewing potions, especially harming 2 potions of splashness that he was throwing at Mr. Pro-Ranger. So he also kind of wanted to build one, or at least make a shopping area for it. And because I kind of planned to do it, we made to a little bit of a deal where I was going to build it up, and he was sort of going to move in and take over and make it, you know, a bit more of his style, and yeah, start brewing up some potions for the village, which I reckon would be a pretty cool idea, especially seeing that, you know, he's into a bit more of the destruction path. We might get some good potions out of him. So with that in mind, I've collected up some resources in this chest, which sort of matched the palette of Athika's house that he's built, to incorporate that in the brewing sort of hut. But I've also just realised, I don't think you guys have seen Athika's new house that he's built. So let's pop over there and I'll give a little bit of a tour, and you can sort of see what I mean by this palette. Alright, let's jump there now. That cow is judging me. Look! Alright, so as we approach Athika's house, you can kind of see that he definitely does like that bit more of a darker, sort of very fortified house. He's made great use of this black stone and the polished and steps variety. Let me try words again. Including the warped, what is it? The warped, those warped stems. God, words. And the blue stained glass with a bit of that green to sort of add in a bit more color variation, which is really cool. If you come on in here, we can see that you know, it's keeping with that very nice sort of darker and gloomier sort of bit more of a nether theme, I sort of think. Is Athika the Nether King? He'd hate that idea. But yeah, so we're sort of taking a bit of his build, his inspiration for the brewing hut, so that way when he goes over there and sets up the potion section and gets all the brewing stuff going, it'll sort of, you know, look within his style. So let's head over there now, clear up the area, and then get to building. Alright, let me start clearing this away. Next time we come back, hopefully this house will be gone. I hope it goes to plan. Alright, that's the old sort of village house there gone. Let's now get rid of some of that trees and clear out a bit more of a spot, eh? Back to work. Alright, now that we've cleared out this space, it's got a bit of an idea of where we can work with. Let's take out our wool and just sort of mark up a little bit of an idea of what we're going to do. When I was clearing it up, there was a cave system sort of just behind here, so I thought what I might set up here is where we can grow our brown mushrooms, so we can set up a nice dark room here, have them grow up, harvest the brown mushrooms so we can use them in our potions. And then I thought, because we had one off over this way, maybe bring up another little cave up in here where we can grow our nether warts, so everything's really nice and close to where we might want to, say, put our house over here. So mark that for sort of the nether warts, brown mushrooms, and then we set up our little bit of a house over here. I was thinking maybe we could incorporate it and come off into the mountain a little bit as well, or a little cliffside, and that would kind of be like, maybe we said around here, bring it off, bring it back into the side. I reckon that might look pretty cool. The only problem is it's fairly close, so we might just actually knock it back one, just so it's not too close onto that path. Yeah, and then we can path off the way down here. I didn't realise we could path block dirt. Oh well. Sort of have it off one way there, and then maybe have our door over here. And a doorway over here too. That's the plan. Let me try, and now that we've got these all laid out, I'm gonna try and roughly build up the skeleton frame and bring it back in. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so now we've got the ground floor in for the brewing hut. I've sort of marked up how tall I want to sort of build it up and what the pillar walls are going to look like. I've also added in here a bit of the polished basalt for the flooring, because I think it kind of makes a bit of a cool pattern as it's sort of looked at from a bit of a distance. We've got the polished blackstone bricks and walls in there for the bottom part with the warped wood stairs. I'll get it right eventually. And yeah, so we sort of made a little bit of a path how we're going to get in and out of these two areas. I haven't started looking at them yet or even done too much work, but they'll come a bit after I've done this, I think. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sort of build it up, maybe show a bit of a clips of getting it done, but I think you can sort of pick by now it's going to roughly be a bit of a square with a triangle roof, and then I'll try and make it look a little bit more prettier than that. But I'll bring you in when I've got something to really sort of show off. Alright, the exterior still looks a fair bit plain and whatnot, but I've been doing a bit of work here interiorly. It sounds like a funny word, but I've added in the light blue stained glass panes to sort of do a little bit of an outside lit. But yeah, you can see really nicely all the way around, and it helps give a bit more light to this place. I've gone with the warped stems and wow, words are so hard. The stripped version of it too. Yeah, I'll get it right. Bring it up here. Got our storage for some barrels with all the ingredients we'll need. I've still got to make up the potion brewing stands themselves and place them along here. But I think this part here is getting along really nice. I've got to add a few more cauldrons for some water and all that sort of stuff. But I think the next step is going to be trying to get a roof on this thing, which hopefully won't be too much of a hassle. And then doing the two little caves. I'm going to try and get all that done before I bring you back in, so that way we've got a bit more to sort of show, and hopefully we can even brew our potion ourselves before the end of the episode. Alright, so I'm going to get to work, and then hopefully when I come back we'll be all nice and finished. Yay! Alright, bit of time's passed now and been a little bit busy, as you can see. I've managed to finish up the brewing hut itself, done a little bit of decorations to it, sort of given a bit more of a stick out roof there for the other side entrance. As you come up here, we've got pressure plates now on the doors so they close and open for us. I've added in a few of these what I call cauldrons, and that's actually dyed water, so we can change the color of it, but it'll probably just be used to help make us some tipped arrows of whatever potion we kind of want later on, but for now it's just a bit of decoration. I've set up this little bit which dug into the cliffside, as you can see. Set up our brewing stands along the back. We've got some storage which we still need to kind of fill. I've used a lot of these soul lanterns for this build because they sort of go with a bit more of the gloominess and whatnot of how this is all coming along, and also fits a bit more of that theme of Athika's, starter house and whatnot. So yeah, I thought it went well. We've also now slowly started to build up this first cave to build our nether warts, which is almost ready for harvest. As you can see, there's a few spots that we need to sort of finish up a little bit back down there, and obviously along this top lip here. And I still haven't done anything for this dark room to grow any mushrooms from. So that's still got to be done, and we've still got to be able to brew up some potions. So let me tinker away for another few hours, and then when I bring you back in, we should have the dark room all finished, able to show you up how that works, brew ourselves up a potion, and call it an episode. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so it's been a few hours now. Done a little bit more decorating and sort of sprucing up the place. Got that dark room set up for the brown mushrooms to grow in, and we can harvest them up there. So let me spin around, and as you can sort of see, we've got now the cave entrances looking a little bit more cavey. A few more little decorations around the place. I've added one more cauldron. That's about it, and a few things in the storage chest, but other than that, this has all sort of stayed the same, except that torch. We've now gotten all of our nether warts to start growing, and we've decorated the cave with some of the cobwebs, some of these soul lanterns, and some vines hanging from the place. Done a very similar thing to our dark room, which this is not. In order for us to get our dark room, we've had to make a really sort of big spot behind us, or behind this door, which is covered with dirt. Now, it's covered with dirt because the door was letting through too much light. So, for us to be able to grow up one of these mushrooms, let me go grab some bone meal out of here. If we try and grow it in light, it's just not going to grow. If we turn off the light and we try and grow it, it didn't do that when I was trying to test with it. I needed to have the door blocked. But, well, as you can see, this is how we grow our mushrooms. Harvest them up. The good fortune axe. We could collect the bullocks themselves if we use silk touch, but at the moment we kind of need more mushrooms. So then we could just turn the light on when we're not using it. Let's just pick block mushroom. Turn our bone meal. Now I've got some mushroom storage up here, over in here as well, so let's just cover this up. Nope, that's bone meal, and we've got some more storage in there. And that's sort of the dark room cave all set up. It wasn't too hard, as I said, it's just a big box that you keep completely dark, so your mushrooms can grow and don't pop off the ground. But let's now, as we're drawing towards the end of the episode, brew up ourselves a few potions. Because, well, as I was doing the decoration for this and waiting for some of these netherwarts to grow up, Silent Whisper had released a new redstone tutorial video on how to make a TNT nether borer, so we can go mining a bit quicker for some netherite. And well, wrong camera angle. I've been a little bit busy and built myself up one of these in our nether over there, so I'm going to brew up a potion of fire resistance, because unlike Mr. Pro Ranger, I don't have netherite gear which has that little bit of extra resistance to fire and lava swimming in there. So I'm going to brew up some of them, invite Mr. Pro Ranger to come on over and give a bit of a christening for the boil, which I'm really keen to see how it goes. I'm so excited to see these little flying machines working in our world. But before we do that, let's go and brew some potions. So we head on in. We're first off going to have to grab ourselves some water bottles. Now, as you can see here, I've got myself one phantom membrane, which I'll use to make a potion of slow falling. I'm going to grab a pufferfish so I can make a potion of water breathing, and a magma slime thingy, magma cream, so I can make a potion of fire resistance. Now I'm going to be able to do this over the 3 brewing stands, so I'm going to need 9 bottles of water. Just come over to here, grab ourselves up. How many is that? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, back into the hut. Place back these empty ones. Now we can go ahead, put 3 in there, 3 in there, and 3 in here. Now, while we're here, we're also going to put 1 bit of blaze powder in that one. Oop, I clicked on the barrel. 1 bit of blaze powder in that one. And you guessed it. Oop, another one there. Now let's grab some of these nether warts. We're going to need 3. That's 2. So we can make these water bottles into potions, or awkward potions. Awkward potions don't really have too much of an effect or anything really. They're morely just a starter for a lot of other potions to be brewed off of. So wait for that to go through. And there you go, we have our awkward potions. Now let's put our phantom membrane in there. So we get our slowness, our pufferfish in there for water breathing, and our magma cream in there for the fire resistance. Now over here we've got some redstone, which is going to extend the length of how long this lasts. So as you can see, we've got slowness falling for 1.5 minutes. Let's add one of these and it should, I'll keep adding it all to the others while it's doing it. Let's go one over there. So we've got here our water breathing for 3 minutes, our fire resist for 3, and our slow falling is, here we go, now 4 minutes, while our potions of water breathing become, is it 6 minutes? No, 8 minutes. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same for our fire resist. Yep. So let's go ahead, grab these out. And as you can see, we've still got some of the blaze powder in there, ready to brew up some more potions. Alright. I think what we're going to do is use these ones next time we go out into the ocean. Going to have these ones preparing for the dragon fight. And I might use these now with Mr. Pro Ranger. So I'm going to go and contact him, and then yeah, we'll pop over to the nether where I've set up this tunnel borer, and we'll just give it a crack. Oh, I'm so keen to see how this goes. Woo! Are you ready?
I've already watched it, the video, so I already know what I'm in for. Let's see it. I plan to do this in the strip mining area. You've beaten me to the punchline, you bastard. I got no TNT on me, no.
But have you got inventory space?
Got nothing in my inventory.
Good. Are you good to keep going?
Yep.
Okay, so here's my plan. I'm just going to set it off now so we can see it move, make sure everything's working all good. So you ready?
You used the chest. I was honestly expecting the target block with you.
Nah, because I've got a flame bow. It's going to annoy me. Aha! It all moves and doesn't take anything with it. Alright, so
yeah, freed it from anything you can grab hold of.
I've
seen the tutorials, I know how it works.
I think if we just take turns in putting one piece of TNT in this dispenser, so you can go first for a bit and I'll start it off, and then
I'm gonna divide all my TNT so I can just pop them in quickly.
You only got to put one in though.
I know, but I'm just dividing some of it in my inventory so I can just pop it straight in.
Alright, tell me when you've got one in there.
Got one smack center.
You ready?
She's armed, she's primed, she's ready.
Good. You've got your armor, I don't.
You really think TNT is gonna drop right on our heads from back here?
No, the lava.
That's what I'm saying. You really think lava's gonna drop on our heads from back there?
Could do. Alright, so do you think we can get 2 or 3 more moves before we have to put more TNT in it?
I mean, clock it twice?
Do it slowly, so clock it once.
Yeah, I know how it works.
Yeah, go again. Alright, putting in TNT.
Here we go now.
She's live. Go!
think we should move it forward a couple because we're working with an open hallway right here.
It's just these top ones that have got me worried. Let's go.
Oh, you can.
You reckon we got another one there? Or two?
I'll say pop one more if you want to start carving the edge before we touch it. Oh, I'm falling in. Really need safety rails for these things.
Yeah, I reckon put a TNT in now.
Alright, she's armed.
She's armed.
The bomb is armed.
Oh, I can see some blackstone blobs, so we're probably going to have to armor it a bit.
We struck gold.
Did we? Where?
One piece down there.
Hey!
Let's blow it up one more time so we can break it out.
Yeah.
Whoops. You'll come here.
Live?
No, because I was crouching when I tried to put it in.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I realised my mistake. Alright, the armor's bombed.
Oh, there's two!
The second one. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Let's do one more just for the road. I don't want to dig that out myself, so let's just blow it up.
Go on.
Good enough.
Nice. Well, there's my investment.
I was going to say, I'll let you take those two pieces since you had to sacrifice two to build this.
Alright, so as you can see behind me, we have this thing working beautifully. We've also gotten 3 bits back already, which is our initial 2 investment plus 1. And you can see in the background, it's going off, and isn't that just so cool? But no, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very, very much. I hope you've enjoyed watching the brewing house being built up, and this little bit of an extra special bit at the end there where we built up this flying machine tunnel borer for TNT mining in the nether, which yeah, it's so cool in the background. But thank you guys, and until next time,